Okay, folks, welcome back to Allergic to Stupidity. And I think this is the sixth heat warning. Take care of yourselves for Southern Ontario this year, which is where this conversation is going. However, I would like to the last video I made, I was a rant on cyclists and pedestrians. And this is a good one. Is I was going in to see a client today, went to make a left hand turn at a set of lights. And because I was aware, and because the pedestrian who was walking his dog was aware, he saw me starting to turn. He stopped and he looked all both ways and realized what was happening. And I realized I saw him. So we both maneuvered around each other. That's the way sharing the road should happen. 100%. Got it. So today's rant, which believe it or not, it's like 30 degrees or 31 degrees. It's like, going here. Is about climate change or climate warming or whatever you want to call it. My rant and my allergy to the stupidity is those people going, oh, it's not happening. It's not really happening. BS. And anybody who says that has their heads in the sand and are ignoring it. And here's some things that have really reared their ugly head this year that people should be noting. Now, understand, I own the family home. So I have a really good idea of what's happened in this vicinity for on and off of almost 70 years. I'm not 70, but the property's almost 70, which is just like, wow, where did time fly? Never, when I was growing up in Southern Ontario, would I have gotten the smoke from out west. Never. Occasionally I'd hear in the news, or my parents would be watching the news, and they'd say, oh, there's a forest fire in Manitoba or Saskatchewan. So it wasn't that I didn't know there were forest fires, but never would I get so much smoke from the fires up north and out west that I literally go, well, yep, that's fire, that's forest fire, I can smell it. I've literally had students a couple years ago, they're going, ooh, look at all the pollution. I went, oh, that's not pollution, honey. That's a forest fire. And they went, no, it's not. I said, smell. Does it smell like a campfire, sort of? And they went, yeah. I said, that's a forest fire from northwestern Ontario, Manitoba, wherever. This year, 2025, we have forest fires, just Canada. Vancouver Island, which is this close to being classified as a rainforest, for God's sakes, is having forest fires there. Interior BC's got forest fires. Alberta's got forest fires. Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Northwestern Ontario, Muskoka, which is cottage country for us in Southern Ontario, the territories, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Quebec, and believe it or not, because I've been there, there's not a lot of trees, Newfoundland. And Newfoundland doesn't have a forest fire. It's got multiple forest fires to the point that my daughter, town of St. John's City, is on evacuation alert. Doesn't mean they're evacuating. But the mayor's going, guys, the fire's there. It's coming this way. We are going to watch it. Bring your stuff together. Know where your stuff is, the important things, and be ready to evacuate because you may have to. There are communities that have been away from their community, the people, for a couple weeks now. They don't know if there's anything left. And this is in Newfoundland. No, there's no climatic change. Whatever. Temperature's not going up. California's got fires. Europe's got fires. Russia's got fires. Like, yes, we have become acclimatized to it and go, yeah, we have forest fires. It's part of summer. But this is above and beyond normal or what we're used to. When we're sitting here and we're having fires that are combusting on their own, as i.e. the forest fire starts on its own. It's not some camper that started it or not Ministry of Natural Resources who's done a burn that's gotten out of control, because that one's happened. This is literally fires. It's just gotten so hot and the tinder underneath is so dry that it just starts all on its own. And that's a natural thing. But this is happening more and more and more and more. So all of you who like to sit there and say, there's no such thing as climate change, pull your heads out of the sand and look. We now have a country in the South Pacific that's sort of attached to Australia has made a deal that their sea level is increasing by 15 centimeters a year. The maximum height of that country, which has about 15,000 people, I think, is 2 meters when the sea level was 2 meters. So at 15 centimeters, 15, 30, 60, 4 years, they've lost 60 centimeters. It won't take 10 years before that country is underwater. And because people get stuck in the, I don't want to face it because I don't think there's anything I can do about it, and really I can empathize with that one. So I'm just going to pretend it doesn't exist. But it does exist. And it's time for all of us to pull our heads out of the sand and start realizing that this is real. Does climate naturally change? Yes, it does naturally change. That's how we get ice ages and the times of the dinosaurs where it was all swampy and really, really warm. Yeah, it does naturally. But this is on a very steep upturn, and it's happening really, really fast, and it's being clocked, and it's being measured scientifically. You can see the graphs, you can get the data, you can chase it. And it's been accelerating more and more since industrial age hit, and it's going steeper and steeper in the last 30 years because it sort of gets this perpetual going. So I'm sitting here with the fan on again, not doing my yard work because it's too flipping hot. I'll dig in my garden this evening when the sun comes around and I can get out there in the shade. But people, please enjoy a hot cup of coffee and sit back and start thinking about what you can do. Any little thing. And one of them is we've been so acclimatized to, I want to do this, so I'm just going to go do it. This world of efficiency and convenience and privilege and things like that, that I'm just going to pop down for a Timmy's. Don't. So I went out today for a client, had to do that, that's fine. And when I was out, I was picking up. So it was like one trip out, one trip back. And my mom used to do that, and it was for multiple reasons, but one of hers, I got better things to do than always be on the road. She also didn't love driving. But, right, plan your trips. Minimize your trips. When I taught in England, now concede I walked everywhere, literally. But a lot of people, on the way home, they stop and pick up their stuff. It wasn't, I'll do it separate. So it's just little things like that that you can do. Save you on gas, too. And with the tariffs, that's a good thing. Silver lining. We're going to put a little less damage on the environment. No. Can you solve the problem 100%? No. Can I solve a problem 100%? No. But those little pennies and nickels and dimes add up, and you can help make a dent. Anyways, that's my rant. My one plus on that pedestrian who was alert to what was happening around, and both of us worked together to make sure that the maneuvers that had to happen happened safely. And any of you who don't believe in climate change, pull your head out of the sand. Take care. We'll see you next time.